Today we're going to take a look at this bolt-in metal valve stem. Now this metal valve stem is about 1¼ inches long. It is designed to fit through 0.453 diameter and 0.625 diameter rim holes on your trailer wheels. The valve stem is what will provide an inflation point for the tire. Now it comes with all these pieces together. It comes with the 2 rubber grommets. One of them will fit the 0.453 valve hole diameter. The larger one will fit the 0.625 valve hole diameter. It comes with the washer, the nut, and the valve cap. Now this is a durable steel construction. It's a very simple bolt-in installation. The thing you do need to remember is that the valve stem should only be installed using one of these grommets. You don't need to use both of them, only one of them for the size hole you're putting it in. Now the industry standard part number on this is a TR-416. Again, we mentioned the length is 1¼ inches. Now the metal valve stem is designed to hold a maximum tire pressures of 100 psi and greater. Now what I am going to do, now when you do receive this, again, I just want to give you a warning. It'll usually come with the larger grommet on the bottom, and then they'll put the smaller grommet on top, and then they'll usually have the washer on here, the nut on here to hold it all together, and the valve cap. And that is somewhere how to install it, but the trick is you do not want to use 2 grommets. When you get it this way, that doesn't mean to use one on the bottom and one on the top. So what I am going to show you is I happen to pull a couple different wheels here. So let me just zoom out a little bit. And I just wanted to show you, here's a standard 8-spoke trailer wheel that you'll see a lot. This happens to be a 14-inch one. So what you'll want to do is I'm just going to take the valve cap off, the nut off, the washer off, and then the rubber grommets. So what you want to make sure, now the rubber grommet size, there's only 2 valve holes, and this will cover both of them. Now the larger grommet size, the 0.625, is usually for larger tires and wheels, like 16-inch on up. Anything under 16-inch, you'll usually use the 0.453. So what you want to do, let's just zoom in a little bit here. Here's your valve stem hole. You want to make sure the area around the hole where you're going to put the metal valve stem to is got a very flat area, because you want it to be able, on top you're going to put this washer down over it, and that needs to tighten down flat. So you do want to make sure of that. So what you want to do is take the smaller rubber grommet, the 0.453, and just push that down on the valve stem just like that. And then what you want to do is right where the hole is, push your valve stem right up through that hole and push that rubber grommet into that hole, and it'll actually be snug enough that it'll usually hold that valve in place. Then what you'll want to do is take your washer, drop your washer on top of there till it is flat, take your nut, put your nut and spin it all the way down, and then just snug that up until that rubber grommet bulges out a little, and then you're all ready to go. Put your valve cap on there, and now it gives you a nice looking valve stem on your wheel, and it'll be able to hold over 100 psi or more. Now what I also want to do is we're going to take this one off. I'm going to show you what you want to do to make sure this will work on your wheel. You want to make sure that you have enough, first of all, that it's going to tighten down onto a flat area. Make sure the valve hole is not on a rounded area where you won't be able to tighten it, and make sure you have room around the valve hole for the diameter of this washer. So let's take this one out of the way, and I'm going to pull, here's another type we sell. This is the black conventional wheel. This one's going to be hard to see, but let me rotate it, and you'll be able to see probably right back here where the hole is. You can see I'm moving my finger over it. That's where your hole is. You'll do the same thing. Again, this is the smaller hole. This is a 15-inch black spoke wheel. You'll go ahead and push it through there. And again, like it'll hold it in place. Go ahead and put your washer on, and again, you'll see there's enough area. It's close to the edge, but it's still going to give you enough to tighten down and seal it correctly. And then the last one I want to show you that we get a lot of questions on is fitting it to a aluminum wheel. Here is a 16-inch aluminum wheel. And this one, let me scoot up just a little bit. We'll turn it around. Right here is where your valve hole is. Now on an alloy or aluminum wheel like these that have a nice special design to them, lots of times the hole is like indented in there, so there's only a little opening around there. And you got to make sure this will fit. Again, this is the smaller hole, so you have the 0.453. Push it through just like that. And then what you want to make sure is you'll take that washer, and if that washer will drop in that hole, which it does in this one, just like that, move it up a little bit, that washer does fit flat up against. So then you can put your nut on there. Go ahead and tighten that nut down. And again, the nut fits in there. Use a thin wall socket to snug that down, and then put your valve cap on, and you're all ready to go. And it gives you a nice metal valve stem on your aluminum wheel to give it a good look. And again, if you happen to have a tire that's going to use over 100 psi, you do want to be able to use the metal valve stems. So then I'm just going to unscrew that nut, and then push that valve stem up, and then push that washer right out. So again, just to go over this bolt-in metal valve stem, you pick the rubber grommet. Only use one of those rubber grommets. Pick the one for the size of the hole in your wheel, and then go ahead and put it through the wheel. Put the washer on top, the outside of the wheel, tighten your nut down. And then once it's all tightened down correctly, put your valve cap on there. Simple as that. But that should do it for a review on the bolt-in metal valve stem.
Click the link below to shop, learn more, or visit us at etrailer.com.